Round 4 National Motocross, looking really forward to it. The track guys did a really awesome job. The track's really awesome, feeling really good on the track. So yeah, let's see what today holds, and yeah, have a good one.
BORC, Bloemfontein Motocross track. Historically a hard pack heaven. Ripped deep and watered nicely in the time building up to the event. On the show, we focus in on the MX2 and MX High Schools. MX2 heat number 1. Cox and Duro would be the riders to watch out for, but it was Tristan Duro this time around that would be running the numbers out front. All the key players inside the magical top 6. Cox was going to make a nice early pass on Tristan Duro, changing up the lines in the loose, ripped and relatively moist conditions in the morning session. Slade Smith was also on an absolute ripper. He got nice clear air early on and got Duro and Cox in the battle for the 2s and 3s. A mistake then early on came the way of Slade Smith that allowed Cam Duro to take back the lead and bring his teammate Cox along for the ride. The Yami boys were in good shape as well, locked in the fight for the 3, 4 and 5 positions with Grundy. Also, the reigning champ, the number 1 plate, has been weighing heavily this season. He was sitting just outside of the magical big point scoring positions. Slade Smith was on the fight back and he was bringing Proctor along for the ride once again. While that all happened though, the Team Factory KTM boys were out front running the numbers and chasing the cheese. Johnson on the 169 was also starting to climb the ladder and get himself back on point, but the KTMs were gone, putting on a show and dominating heat number 1. Duro taking it ahead of Cox. MX2 heat 2, Grundy got the moves up the inside, but the track was ripped a little deep on the inside line, which meant he had to give away all of that hard work that he'd done pulling off the gate. He was out of the gate on the reaction time, getting into number 1. He came out of turn number 1 in position 3 and was fading backwards quickly.
A huge crash early on for the 907 of Andrew Venter. He would have a tough start to his day.
Once again, the 2 factory KTM boys were running the numbers. Cox had to the lines. It looked like Duro wasn't going to mess around this time around. He got the moves up the inside, and the top 2 runners in the championship would set sail and run the numbers. In the early laps though, Slade Smith came back and would split the 2 factory KTMs with the Ridgeway Racing Yamaha to make it orange, blue, orange. Those were the 3 fastest dudes out there until the race started to find a groove. Wouldn't take Cox long to get himself up and past Smith once again. Smith was trying to fight back and get those numbers going. This time around, a late race mechanical for Duro meant that Cox could slide his way through, take the win, and with it, the overall for the day, ahead of Smith and Grundy. Big problems for Duro though, dropping him down to a number 6. The MX High School gate is anyone's at the moment. We've had 3 winners in the overall. Tristan Duro, Evan Frost, and Valsecki. Round 4, we're going to see who, if anyone, can make it a 2-time winner on the season so far. 2026 has been a banger. Valsecki getting a good hook there, as well as Blake from the 29, Steve Martin and Renier van der Merwe. Renier likes this track. Blake Frost benefiting from an early Valsecki mistake though, and he would run clear air, leaving the rest to pick up the pieces. Martin, it's been a long time since we've seen Martin deliver this kind of a ride after he showed such great promise in the 2025 championship. Valsecki was making mistakes left, right and center in the early laps, making his life hard. 300, so good coming out of the Cape Town round, looked near on unstoppable. Out front though, it was going to be Cruz Martin, who was absolutely hammering the nail, trying to get his race up and running. The 418 in sublime form as he ran great pace out there. Frosty and Frosty, the brothers on the 28 and 29 machine, they were locked together in the battle for the number 3 spot. Valsecki recovered from his early race problems to eventually see the numbers and get clear air, leaving the Yammies to pick up the pieces of heat race number 1 at the flag. Valsecki, the king of Cape Town, hammered the nail in blow. Cruz looked good though, a big threat for the overall on the day. MX High School's heat number 2, and this time around the 300 of Valsecki was taking no prisoners. Heat race number 1 and the overall winner of Cape Town, just a month previous to this event in Bloem, wanted to make it 2 times on the bounce and run his numbers in the championship. He is on an absolute ripper, but this time around it was the 28 of Evan Frost who shone in PNB. He found his groove as the track started to dry up and rut in. He led early on from Valsecki, who by this point was no doubt thinking long game, thinking championship. The 94 of Kretsman had also joined the party and come to life in heat race number 2, making the move early on up into 3rd place. That was before the halfway marker of the event. The number 3 dice was going to be huge, as everyone enjoyed the track a little bit better in heat race number 2 out at Bloem as the conditions started to dry out. Evan Frost was setting the track alight. No one was going to find him. If there was anyone that could though, it was going to be Valsecki. He got himself up into the number 2 spot and he was starting to run big pace, getting himself up there ahead of Renier van der Merwe and Riley Rocher, also improving up to a number 4. At the flag vote, it was going to be Frosty on the 28 machine who would take the heat win, but the number 2 spot for Valsecki meant he was our first 2-time overall winner on the season in 2026. This time he beat out Frosty and Kretsman. Valsecki leads.
Pretty eventful, honestly. My first 250 practice, my seat came off and I didn't get a hot lap, so I landed up being lost for every motor gate fix. So that left us with a whole bunch left to figure out. 125s was okay, had a good practice, came up P1. I don't know what exactly the times were, but it was pretty decent. First moto, whole shot, but stuffed it in the first corner. And yeah, but we came from 3rd to 1st and had a little gap. And then second heat, a whole shot, and on the first lap I hit a blind kicker and the bike absolutely shot out of under me, landed running, somehow got up and running, and from like, I don't know, I was like 8th or something when I got back up, fought my way back to 2nd, so still got the overall.
So 250 tray, yeah? You're making a habit out of this, my bro.
I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Yeah, it was not a great weekend riding wise, but I made the most of it. And the results showed pretty good. I was 2-1 in the motos. Yeah, sadly Cameron, I think his front wheel broke, so I've taken the championship lead as well, which is pretty cool. Not many 17-year-olds can say that. But yeah, I mean, I came into this round with a little bit of an injury. I've cracked 2 ribs and I bruised my coccyx 2 weeks ago, so I'm in a bit of pain, but made the most of it and just raced my bike, did some scrubs and had fun. Yeah, just taking it round by round and seeing how it goes, and it's going well at the moment, so I just need to keep this momentum and just keep my head on my shoulders and it should be good. A nice ice cream, life's good.
And next up?
Next up, PE, sand, yeah, very excited for that one. Obviously, I've been a lot in the sand this year with Europe, so yeah, I think I'm going to be very well prepared. I go back now on Wednesday for 3 weeks, so yeah, I'm excited, ready to go. I've got a bit of a break now though, so just going to train hard and hopefully win some more.
Awesome, man. Good luck out there.
Thanks.
Chat to you later.
Thanks, buddy.
What would you like to say, sir?
He's got the red plate now. Now it's his job to keep it. We're coming for him.
You coming for me, dog?